Today is the first Saturday of the month, and the Hindu temple Lemont, they organized this class, and I gave this the fragrance of Vedanta, and we are studying only this book that we are studying for some time, Astavakra Samhita, the fragrance of Vedanta. And we usually begin with Atma Shakshi Vibhu Purna Eka Mukta Chidakriyaha Asango Nispriha Shanto Brahmat Samsarabaniva. The first chapter, 12th verse of the Astavakra Samhita, and it gives the whole gist of the complete book. The self is witness. Whatever is happening, the self, the Atman, has nothing to do. It never does anything, no action. And the self is all pervading. And this is the perfect. There is no defect in it. And this is one without second. It is free. Free means there is no desire. And it is consciousness. It is unattached. And it is quiet. So Atma Shakshi Vibhu Purna Eka Mukta Chit Akriya Asango Nispriha Shanta. But unfortunately, by mistake, Brahmat Samsarabaniva. Like a householder, it thinks it is moving. So friends, now we have completed up to the 17th chapter of this book, and today we will study Shanti Shatakam. Shatakam means 100. Here the teacher Astavakra, he is giving us the idea of the peace. Peace is the goal. Peace is the ultimate thing. About the peace, he is telling in 100 verses. Maybe we will to complete, say, up to 50 and another 50 in the next month. So, in our last discussion on August 1st, we have discussed how Astavakra, the great guru, explained the joy of those who can live alone. That's a very interesting. The living alone. Whenever we think about it, the living alone, we think, how is it? There's sometimes some people who do heinous crime, that they are in the cell, in the solitary imprisonment, they live alone. And they are not allowed to mix with anyone because that is a punishment. The human being cannot live alone. He needs the friends, he needs the company. He needs to exchange his ideas, views. So that is the punishment is given. And how come a man of self-realization becoming alone? Here the alone means, we will discuss again and again they will say Nishanga. Don't have any company. The company doesn't mean the company of the good people, company of the holy people. It's a company of those who will drag your mind towards the worldly objects. Friends, we should always, every moment, remember that there is God and there is God's creation. The God's creation, God has created it, and He has given so many beautiful things. The mainly 5 objects, the Hindus, they have shortlisted all these multifarious objects are 5. Rupa, Rasha, Shabda, Sparsha and Gandha. These are the only 5, the shortlisted objects. And these are enjoyed by our sense objects. Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jiva and Tak. The eye, the nose, the ear, the touch, the skin and the tongue. So like this we are bound. We cannot forget. We always remember. I was watching a movie, then there the Second World War or some war. They are the 2 young boys. They were friends. from the same locality. They joined the army, and when they went to fight, one was shot and he was dying. The other one sat by his side, and he was going on telling, do you remember that shop that used to go over there? And we had our friends, we had a fight with him. He was going on remembering those things so he can forget the pain of death. So that is the way, that is a beautiful thing that so we always remember. What are the things they were remembering? Taste. That shop we went, the food and this drink and the coffee and this. So that Rupa, Rasha, Sabda, Sparsha, Gandha, these are the 5 things. Constantly attracting us. Constantly we are going to that, we enjoy. And we cannot live without that. We think that we cannot live without that. And that what happens? That is the bondage. What is the bondage? After the death, all these impressions, all these desires, they go along with us because they're all subtle. And it goes along with the mind. Mind is subtle. We leave the body, we enter into another body. And we are born in some place where we can once again enjoy this thing. So that is the reason in the Upanishad also says, Nakasya pristhite sukrite anubhutve imam lokam hinataram bhavishanti. If you have done something good, you will go to the heaven, but that is not permanent. Even after enjoying your days in heaven, according to your karma, you have to come back. So that is called bondage. And why? Because of the mind. And what is this mind doing? Is acting through 5 sense objects, and it is going and getting involved with the 5 objects. So these 5 objects has been created by God, but it is not real creation. Even then, we by mistake think that is real, and we go to that and we suffer again and again. So this we have to understand. Those who are sincere in the spiritual life, and sometimes we think that God is there, but our samsara is there. So I have to complete my duties, responsibilities, and that is the main dharma. That is nothing wrong. It is, of course, it is there. But those who likes to go beyond the bondage, for them the Astavakra, and for them the highest Vedanta, highest knowledge. Even there is no God. Forget about the heaven. It is your complete mukti. It is complete with nothing, no desire at all. So that he is telling, Yasya bodhadaye tabat sabnavad bhavati brahmaha tasmai sukhaika rupaya nama shantaya tejase. Yeah, the offering, the salutation, the respect to that person who has realized the Brahman. Shantaya tejase, he become peaceful, happy, and effulgent. So that is Shantaya tejase. Yasya bodha daye tabat. Bodha udaye. Bodha, Buddha, that means knowledge. The bodha, knowledge, jnana. Udaye, when that knowledge rises, and at the time of the dawning, that knowledge, what happens? Shapnavad bhavati brahmaha. This world, with all its attraction, it becomes like the dream. In the dream, we see so many nice things. But the moment we get up and we understand, oh, that those things were an illusion, we don't cry for that. Oh, in the dream, I was in beautiful place, why I got up. Do I cry? Maybe children, they may do, I don't know. But we don't cry. Because why we don't cry? We don't feel pain. We don't go and complain to people. Why? Because knowledge. What is that knowledge? Dream is an illusion, illusory, and nothing else. So sometimes some people, of course, they are very much interested to know the meaning of the dreams. And there will be people who will be telling that. Sometimes some indication it comes because the consciousness, the superconscious, conscious and subconscious, these are the three levels. The superconscious wants to come to me, and my conscious level is so busy, it comes through the subconscious mind. And that is sometimes the information comes through that, some of the indications. But in reality, dream means imagination. And when imagination is broken, I am not crying. So same thing, same knowledge, same method, if we can apply to the present day, daily life, which I am thinking that I am alive, which I am thinking this is my life, if we can apply that, that is called Brahma Jnana. Immediately, all this bondage will go away. Yasya, of which, of whom, bodha udaye tavat sapnabad bhavati brahmaha tasmai sukhaika rupaya. Then what happened? He becomes the embodiment of peace, shanti. He becomes embodiment of peace. This is the first verse of the Shanti Shatakam, 18th chapter of the Astavakra. Tasmai sukhaika rupaya. Sukha rupa is the embodiment of sukha. You need to go to ask, because if you look at him, immediately you will feel that what is sukha, what is shanti, what is peace. The tasmai sukhaika rupaya nama. I offer my salutation. Why salutation? Because he has achieved the coveted position, the ultimate position. From the human life only we can go to that. And what is the goal of a human life? We don't understand. We think it is I should become a doctor and an engineer or this or that. No, it's a sukha only. People are doing each and everything they are doing only for one object, that is called sukha. And whole family, they are going to meet their another relative. Why? Sukha. Because if we go and meet our relatives, and then we will exchange the good words, and they will take care of us, we will also be happy, only to become happy in the company. But if it doesn't happen, next year you won't feel like going over there. We go to the sea beaches only to become happy. But if something, God forbid, any accident happen, any shark comes and anything happens, then we will never think of visiting that sea beach again. We go not for the sea beach. We go not for the relatives. We go for the shanti. We go for the happiness. But it is in our subconscious mind, but we say that we are going to visit there. It's the happiness, it is the joy. And if that happiness become eternal, think of it. If that joy, if this happiness become eternal. So in these 100 verses, the great Guru Astavakra is going to tell us how it is possible. Realization of the Brahman changed the outlook. What happened? Again and again, people they ask, have you realized God? Have you realized Brahman? Very few they ask, because they don't know about it. But have you realized God? Because the God is very popular, the word is very popular. Whether we understand or not, we know this three-letter word, God. And what is this God? This God is nothing but some good qualities. But we think that God means there is no problem again. Of course, if God is gracious, there will be no problem, because it's all powerful. It's all pervading. But that God is manifested how? Through joy, through happiness, through eternity, through unfear. There's no fear in the mind of the man who has realized God. So after this realization of the Brahman, it's not the body physically change, it's the attitude, it's the mind, drishti bhangi, that get changed. Things that we now think as real becomes unreal as a dream. That is called Brahma Jnana. Not that the things are not there at all. Sometimes people think Atmarati, that the man is always living within himself and he never talks with others, he never mixing with others, and he never opens his eyes, he is constantly within himself and then enjoying himself. It's not like that. Of course, he understands that consciousness, and then the same consciousness he sees in every being, everything, in every manifestation, in every name, every form. That is the joy. That is the happiness. He goes back to the oneness, but at the same time, he enjoys the same thing. I know about milk, but when I see the same milk is taking the form of different sweetmeats and different the confectionaries, same milk, I see the milk in different transformation. I understand it is milk only. I don't forget that. But at the same time, I can enjoy different form, different name. A Brahma Jnani sees the men, women, children, animals, birds, as they are, every object. So we should not make any mistake that the Brahma Jnani means he only sees the light and nothing else. No, it is not like that. It's not an X-ray machine, only light. No. It's only, he sees everything. But he sees within that the consciousness. He can't see anything else. So that we find in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. That's why I again and again suggest, read the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda and Ma Sharada. Why three? As because I am following them? No, not like that. They are very modern. First. Second, all the scriptures that they are indicating, they're telling about the realized self, the realized soul, all those indications are very well manifested in their lives. And you will understand, those who are reading the scripture, immediately you will understand, oh, these are the things happening in his life. He cannot see differences. So it finds like that. It says that things that we now think real become unreal as a dream. As the children, for their games, their play, their friends, and the school, that is so much close to their heart. But when they grow up, slowly, all those things goes away. Not that they are forcing, they are forgetting, not like that, it is there. But idea about those things have completely changed. That is the thing. This world and its objects loses all attractions, and there remains no fear. The fear of losing, what is the fear? Why the fear? Fear of losing only. But when I don't want, there is no question of losing. So I don't have any fear. So this is the way, when one is a Brahma Jnani, he sees that consciousness is everything in different form, and he feels that I am that, and there is no desire to get the other thing. It is nothing other. It is the same thing as me. So that is the source of peace. We are talking about the peace. The peace can come when we see the oneness, the one in everything. The moment there are differences, there cannot be peace. Object of this world can give us enjoyment, but never peace. There's a beautiful statement they say, these objects, they can give us happiness for some time, but never peace. When you go and people, whenever something happens, when they're happy, they go and drink. When they're unhappy, they go and drink. They're thinking that by that way they can forget or they can increase their joy. No. By drinking the wine, some people likes to douse their all miseries. They go into slumber and all the nerves activities are numb by that time, and they lie like a log of wood, and after some time, when again they are becoming sober, all those pains are coming back to their mind. They cannot forget. So that is the thing we have to understand. Some people, the moment they are thinking that they are unhappy, the only resort they think is the drinking wine and become intoxicated to forget that. It is not. It's another wrong way. Then you become intoxicated again, and that intoxication cannot give you happiness, cannot give you peace, cannot remove the misery, those pains from your mind. It cannot. And those who are happy thinking that we will celebrate, we will enjoy, that's also another mistake. You cannot enjoy when your mind is inactive. When you are drinking, after drinking your mind is becoming inactive, what joy it will happen. So this we have to understand, and if we apply these religious theories, then life becomes really peaceful, joyful, happy. The religion is for that. Religion is not about afterlife. Religion is for this life. And in this life, if we are not satisfied, if we are not happy, then what is the purpose of religion? So that is the main thing we have to understand. And what is how to get the peace? Understanding that all these things that I am desiring, and when the desire is not fulfilled, I am feeling unhappy. That desire and the object of desire both are temporary. Not only temporary, completely nil. I am just superimposing my idea on that. I am thinking that I will be happy if I get that. Just superimposing, and it may be completely wrong. Having this idea, if we go to the world and live over there, I can enjoy. Whatever happens around, I am not touched by that. I know that it could happen, and it has happened. Objects of this world can give us joy, but never the happiness, the peace. To achieve peace and bliss, one must renounce everything. That is the teaching in the 18th chapter, 2nd verse. I am reading the half of it. Sarva parityaga antarena nahi sukhi bhabed. Sarva parityaga antarena. Antarena, unless you are renouncing everything. Sarva means everything. Parityaga, giving up, renouncing. Sarva parityaga antarena, without that, without the renouncing of the every object, nahi sukhi bhavet, one cannot become happy, one cannot have the peace. So how I am giving away? Attachment to that. Not that if there is a car, oh, I give away the car and then I walk. No, it is not possible. Life will be just like that, but I am not attached to this. I must have this car, I must have this house, I must have this, I must have that. Nothing like that. I am satisfied with whatever I am having, whatever I need that I am getting, that is sufficient. So that is called parityaga. From the mind, I am not attached to anything. If anybody is coming, is friendly, good. Relatives are coming and the unknown people are coming, all are friends. I am talking to them, caring about them, praying for them, but at the same time I am not attached to them. So that is called sarva parityaga. Not that I don't need it, I should not have it. Sometimes some people, they won't wear the shoes. Barefoot they will walk, and then some problem will come and amputation has to take place. I have seen this thing. That is a wrong idea. It is not the shoe that you have to throw away. but something that will protect your feet, that is sufficient. And you should not be hard when you are wearing the shoe. They're good. The same way the clothing, same way the living, same way the everything. So don't seek, don't shun. That is the idea. And whatever comes to me, I am happy. If it is not coming, I am also happy. So some people are criticizing me, it's okay for me. Some people praising me, okay, that's also good for me. So like this, it should have to be an equal. That is called sarva parityaga. Everything has to be renounced doesn't mean that you should not have anything. That is wrong thing. I told many times in my talk that a guru asked his disciple, observed him and said, give away, give away. Then the disciple thought, I am having a blanket. Maybe my guru is thinking I should give away the blanket. He gave away the blanket. Then he's shivering in the cold. But it's okay because the guru told. And after some time, the guru told, give away, my son, give away. Then he was having a water pot and he was thinking kamandalu. He thought, this is the only thing I am having. So that also he gave away. But finally, when the guru said, give away, then he thought maybe the guru is thinking, I should give away this body. So he lit a big fire and he was planning to jump into it to kill himself. Then the guru came and told, you are not understanding me. I am not asking about all the objects that you are having, including your body. I am asking, give away the attachment, give away the ego. I am giving away. I am throwing it. Now that the ego, that you should give away. The sarva parityaga means giving away everything means though you are having everything, you are not attached to it. That technique we have to learn, we have to live with that. And then what will happen? The peace, the joy, the happiness for which we are living, for which we are doing everything, that will come. In the second verse, the Guru puts like that. Through enjoyment one cannot get complete satisfaction. Desire for enjoyment goes on increasing. That is the experience of the many. And in the Purana also there's a story, Jajati, a great king, that he was having the desire and he thought that let me fulfill the desire and then I will give my mind towards God and I will meditate. The Jajati lived a long life. Even then all his desires were there. Then ultimately he asked his children, will you please share some years of your life with me? Then they all refused. Then the young son told, okay, no problem. Father, you live my life, all my years that I was supposed to live. Jajati took the years also from his young son and lived. Then afterwards he understood. Najatu kamo kamanam upabhoge na samyati. No. You cannot quench, you cannot douse the fire of desire. No, it is not possible. The more you do that, the more it goes on increasing. It is like you are trying to douse the fire with clarified butter, ghee. The more you put the ghee, the more the fire will increase. So you have to understand, this is all called vichara. The Sanskrit word vichara, the discrimination or true understanding of the thing. So we must understand what is happening. Why I am suffering? Because I wanted that, because of my desire. And why the desire came? Because the object came to my senses. My senses went and observed, and then the desire to acquire, to have that came. Now, what is the way? And naturally the desire, unfulfilled desire, all misery, then what to do? If I think, okay, no problem, this object that I am thinking to acquire now, it will be nowhere, it will be lost after some time. Then why I am thinking in this way? Sometimes some people, they go mad because they want that particular object, a lady, a man, or the girl. So if they are not getting, they will go and kill, they will throw the acids. In our countries, very frequently they use it, and so bad. And afterwards, they go to jail, they suffer, and whole life become hell. Why? A little desire. Unsatisfied, unfulfilled desire. But suppose you get that particular object, a man or a woman, do you think you'll be happy? Then why then so much of the cases of divorces? Because they don't become happy. After some time, they will know it is not the object I wanted. Object cannot. It is not the satisfaction that comes from the object, it is from my mind only. A human brain at least should think this. And then the society will become heaven. Desire will be there, but at the same time, I will try to get that. If it is not possible, it is okay for me. That control over the mind should be there, particularly to the young minds. Nature is provoking you to react. That's Swami Vivekananda said. But no, you should judge. You should analyze. You are analyzing so many things. Why you are not analyzing your desire? Why you are not analyzing that if I am trying to get these and that is all desire. When it is not satisfied, I am becoming angry with my parents and I am fighting with them, I am going away. And ultimate result is what? Suffering. Suffering for everyone. From where it came? From the desire. Can't you understand this? You understand so many things. You understand physics, chemistry, mathematics. You understand everything. But can't you understand your mind? Your own mind, your own desire? So this is the teaching of the Astavakra. Not that only those who likes to become the monk, for them, no. It is, of course, the highest philosophy, but philosophy should be applied by each and everyone and in their own level. So sarva parityaga antarena, without the giving up, you cannot get the peace. So peace cannot get through by satisfying the desire. Sometimes some people, they come, then they say, through bhoga you go to moksha. Wrong. The bhoga cannot take us to moksha. That is a wrong conception. So one should have to understand that. Here the renunciation tyaga does not mean withdrawing the senses from the sense objects, rather not even remembering those. It says they were not there. That is the very highest level of understanding. So they were not there at all for me. So how the desire will come? Because there is no there. My mind cannot conceive, mind cannot think about it. So how the desire will come? So that the shanti, the peace, is the goal of every human life. Then the Astavakra says, bhavo ayam bhavana matra nakinchit paramarthataha. The 18th chapter, 4th verse, the line I have taken, this bhavo ayam, this world, bhava, this bhava shagara tarana, the Ramakrishna followers this sing, bhava means this world, sagara, the ocean, tarana, help me to cross. So that bhava means this world. Ayam, this world, is bhavana matra. It is only the projection of your thought. Those who are happy, for them the world is full of happiness. The rich people and their children, they always think the world is full of happiness. Because they have not seen what is suffering. In the morning, in the breakfast table, they are having so many items. And they are choosing. And not only that, they will be showing their anger. Why this again? Why that? Why not this? There are people, they will be going on pestering, please take this, please take that. But there are children, thousands of them, millions of them. They don't get a piece of bread in the morning to eat. But these people, they don't understand that. God forbid, if the situation changes, if they go on to that condition, then they will understand. So this bhava, this world, I am creating, I am thinking everybody is happy, everybody is having the car, everybody having money, everybody can enjoy. And when they see some people are coming and begging for money, they say, why they are disturbing us? So this is the bhava. I am thinking, I am projecting my idea. And the beggar's world is nothing but suffering. That is also another way of superimposing. World is nothing there. I am creating my world. And this bhavo ayam bhavana matra is only imaginary. Na kinchit paramarthataha. In reality, it is not there. It has no real existence. The Brahman is real and the world is our imagination on it. The Brahman is described as existence, Sat. Except Brahman, nothing can exist. So this is the Vedantic outlook. And the devotee will say this Brahman, he will term it as God. Only God is there and nothing else exists. And the Vedantin will say, changing the terminology again, Brahman only exists and nothing else. The realization of Brahman is as easy as finding my own head on my shoulder. They say, it's as easy to find my own head on my shoulder. Do I need someone else to find my head? A Kushana, one king was there, and in the history they found he had an image, stone image, and it is written the Kushana king, but he is not having the head. So all the historians, they search in many places, but nothing could be. So this head is on my shoulder. I don't need anyone to find it. I know it is there. I don't need a guru to tell, hey, you have a head, do I? So similarly, about the Brahman, it is always there with me, and I am that, and that knowledge called Brahma Jnana. The moment I can feel that I am the Brahman, as I feel my head, same way I am feeling that I am that Brahman. I don't need anyone to tell that. I need not to do any activities to achieve that, to get that. Only thing I have to remove the ignorance, and I achieve that. It is there. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was telling, one devotee asked, how can I see God? He immediately, there was a piece of cloth, and he kept the cloth, hang that cloth in between them, and said, can you see me? No, sir. Why? Because the cloth, the curtain, that is the reason. The God is there, you are there, you are always there, only there is a curtain, and curtain is your ignorance, which the Vedantin term as Maya. The Shankar, they will say Prakriti. So this is the ignorance, the Maya. Because of that only you cannot. Otherwise, where I am going to search for God? God is always there. Is there any Brahman? Have you realized Brahman? The person who is asking, sir, have you seen God? He himself God. Whom he is asking, he is also there. We are always with that. Only thing we do not know, that is the reason. We are always there. It says in the Atman is also labdham eva, always there. Labdham eva. in the 5th verse, it says, Labdham eva, the word I have used over here, it is always there. You need not to achieve it. You need not to do anything to achieve it. Because it is not an object, it is a subject. You are that. In the 7th verse it says, Samastam kalpana matram atma mukta sanatana iti vigyaya dhiro hi kim abhyasati balabat. They are taking the mind to that level. We have left our hearth and home to become a monk. Why? To realize myself, my Atman, my original identity. And then here the Astavakra says, Balabat, like a child you are behaving. Why you have left your hearth and home? You are that Brahman. Why you are meditating? Why you are closing your nostril and taking all the breath and releasing the breath and all this yoga, putting your leg upward and all these things that you are doing? Is it necessary? It is always there with you. I am going on searching for my head everywhere and I am going to visit this place, that place. But your head is always there on your shoulder. It's just like that. It's a funny thing. So Astavakra says it's the funny thing, just like Balavat. Shamastam kalpana matram atma mukta sanatana. Each and everything that you see is nothing but your imagination. The Atma, the Self, the Brahman, the consciousness, it is eternal. Iti vigyaya, knowing this, iti vigyaya, dhiro. The dhiro means it becomes immediately action-free, actionless. Dhira, completely composed, you won't do anything. He will never do anything because he knows what is he. So that is the way it always says, this world is mere imagination. Atman is free and eternal. Knowing this well, wise never behave like child searching for God. A person becomes active when he or she feels that she is missing something, isn't it? We try to achieve, we try to get whatever. When we feel that it is not there, then only we try. To achieve that, they work. We are going to the temple, bathing in the holy water, putting on the new clothes, offering the fruits and the sweets to God, sometimes fasting, and doing so many things, working. Spiritual activities are going on. But Astavakra says, for what? Atma brahmeti nishchitta bhavo abhavo cha kalpito nishkama kim bijanati kim brute cha karoti kim. The self, Atma, and another is brahmeti. Two words it has been used. Here the Atma means Pratyag Atma, the Sanskrit terminology, if you can remember. Atma means Pratyag Atma. Pratyag Atma, the self, the consciousness which is reflecting in every self, everyone. That is called Atma. That is called self. That is called Pratyag Atma. The consciousness which is there in every individual. And that, in the Vedanta they say, Tvam Padartha. Tvam Padartha, Tvam object. Padartha means object. So that, when they write that, Tvam, it is you. What is this you? Not this body, not this mind, not this name, but the consciousness within you. That is called self or Tvam Padartha. And that is Brahman, is called Shuddha Brahma, pure Brahman. The Brahman, the pure Brahman, is free from any activity. That's called Paramatma. That is also called Tat Padartha. And the same Brahman, when is detaching from the Brahman, another Brahman is coming, and that is creating, and the creation through his own mind, that's called power of Maya. And you all know Sattva, Raja, Tama, three qualities he creates first. Then he gives the two power to that power, that is Maya, Avarana and Vikshepa. Like that all creation comes. It is not that Brahman. It's the pure Brahman. So we can imagine two Brahman. One is active, another is inactive. A group of the Hindus, they call Shaktas, the Tantrikas, they gave this conception as the mother, the goddess Kali, and the Shiva. The Shiva is the consciousness, inactive, the Param Brahma, Shuddha Brahma. And that the same Param Brahma, when he is active, is Mother. Those who have read the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you know Sri Ramakrishna many times he said, when he is not working, it is Shiva. And when with the activity, it is Ma Kali. That means the same Brahman, when with activity. Here it says, the self, Pratyagatma, Tvam Padartha, and Brahman, Shuddha Brahman, pure Brahman, inactive Brahman, only consciousness are same. Tat Tvam Asi. Tat means that Shuddha Brahma, the pure Brahman, Tvam, the Pratyagatma, the self, the consciousness which is in the individual self, are the same. If that is so, then what happens? Only this knowledge. When that knowledge comes, I am pure, I am Brahman, I am that consciousness, then naturally I will have no activity within me. There will be no desire. I know it is there. Why should I search? As again and again I am telling, when I am very much well aware every time that head is on my shoulder, I am not going to search it. If someone is coming, hey, you don't have a head, where you have lost it? What I will do? I'll close my door on his face. You are a lunatic? Don't talk like this. So obviously I am 100% convinced, and that is called Bodhi. That is called knowledge. The Gautama, the prince, he got that knowledge and he became Buddha. The Buddha means that. And what that knowledge? Knowledge of oneness. Here also it says, in the Upanishad it says very nicely, Vidyate hridaya granthi chiddante sarva samsayaha tashmin drishte paravare. If you can see that, tashmin, that, what is that? Parabrahma. The moment you realize that, there will be no doubt at all in your mind. And there will be no attachment, no bondage for life. Oh, I had a beautiful place. I was thinking to make a building, and my grandson will come. He is so naughty, so beautiful. All that will go. Not that no love for the grandson, it will be there. And no attachment, no bondage. Not that you won't do the housing. You will do house and you will go and stay over there and you will purchase the things that is necessary for your comfort. All that will be there, but no attachment at all. As something happened in the Dakshinesha. And there is that in Hindu temple they always offer the golden jewelries to God, and that was a beautiful, some jewelries were there on the body of the Govinda temple in Dakshinesha, and someday it was stolen by someone. And the owner of that temple, he came, the Jamindar, Mathur Babu, and he was shouting to the people, and then he came to the God and said, what type of God you are? You cannot save the jewelries that I gave to you. Are you powerless God? Then Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, immediately rebuked him and said, all those jewelries are very costly for you and not for God. God never cares about that. It is our mind we think that this is costly. It is our mind we think it is not necessary. It is my liking and disliking, all mine. But in reality, there is nothing eka. So all that is there, when the doubt, it cuts asunder. Sarvam atma iti nischitta tushnim bhutasya yoginaha. One who has attained the self-knowledge, nothing remains to know for him. And how he behaves? Tushnim, quietly sitting. He never goes for the debating, but they go like the Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya was also a Brahmagyani, but why? Because the Atman, the Paramatman, they wanted that it should be. So like that, the Krishna is active, Sri Ramachandra is active, Sri Ramakrishna is active, Vivekananda, Ma Sharada, they were all Brahmagyanis. But they are active. Why? For us. They are coming and telling us, guiding us, showing us again and again. Why? Because they like to see us happy. As the parents are constantly watching and observing their children as long as they are not growing up. Why? Because they like to see their children successful and happy. That is the reason. They will be controlling their food. They will be controlling and keeping eye on their association with whom he is playing. Each and everything. Why? Because the love. Same way the God comes in different forms, comes in the forms of the gurus, comes in the forms of the scripture, comes in the lives of the great souls. And what to teach? Sarvam Atma iti. Everything that you see is nothing but the consciousness. Nishchitya. And when you are 100% sure, complete, there is no doubt about it. Tushnim bhutasya yoginaha. He becomes silent. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, when an empty pitcher, when you are putting into the water and filling the water, it makes sound. When the pitcher is completely full with the water, there will be no sound. Do the realized soul remain like a stone, jadabastu, insentient being? Because tushnim bhavatu, he becomes quiet, so just sitting like that? No. He does work, and again, he does not. How? In the 13th verse, it says, Kritam kim opi na eva asti na ka opi hridi ranjana yatha jivana me heva jivana me beheva jivana muktasya yoginaha. Kritam kim opi na eva asti na ka opi hridi ranjana naivasti, I broke it, naivasti na eva asti kaopi na kaopi hridi ranjana yatha jivana me beha jivan muktasya yoginaha. A yogi who is liberated while living, jivana mukta. Mukta while living is completely free from any bondage. He does work but not with any motive. Sri Ramakrishna used to visit to so many different people in Calcutta and other places, those who are trying to realize God. Maybe they are Christian, Muslim, or in other forms, the Hindu in different forms. Sri Ramakrishna used to go to him. Then someone asked Ma Sharadamani Devi, what was his purpose actually? You know the answer of the Ma Sharada? He was not having any motive, any purpose. It is just for love. He wanted to see people happy. And happiness can come, true happiness can come when there is real knowledge, true knowledge. So that's why he used to go to give the knowledge, but there is no purpose. There is no selfish desire, there is not a planning, nothing like that. So here we find the Jivan Mukta is living completely free from any bondage. Jivan Mukta condition is the most coveted position of a human life. And that is the goal. Shankaracharya again and again said, Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti Hetabe Janma Dharitam. This birth, human birth, only to achieve that particular condition. While living, we should be free. Jivan Mukta sees no object or does not work, not like that. As we were discussing, he sees different objects. But he is not attached. He sees different objects, but as the manifestation of the same Brahman. Then Sri Ramakrishna's experience of Kali. Those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, you know that he was explaining to his disciple Vivekananda, I saw this goddess Kali and that cat and this threshold that is separating the outside and the inside of the room, the utensils that I use for the puja, and that lady over there of not good name, fame, all these things are the same. God is Kali. He is object of worship, and each and everything, an animal, and the humble person, and the things that are not having no life, everything is nothing but that consciousness. So that is called the knowledge. Everything is one. He sees the object. He is mentioning, I see this threshold clearly. I see those utensils I am utilizing for puja. I see the cat. He is not telling that there is no cat. Cat, he can identify. But everything is nothing but the same Brahman whom I am worshipping in the form of Goddess Kali. This is Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda have that experience, and that's why he said, the Daridra, the poor, Murkha, the illiterate, and Chandala, the low caste, low born, each and every one is nothing but your God. Devo Bhava. That is the main mantra of today's India. Daridra Devo Bhava. Murkha Devo Bhava. Chandala Devo Bhava. Ma Sarada one day told to someone, how I will know that I have realized Brahman or God? Then she said, when you will see me, the one who is within me, and you are respecting me so much for that, the same thing is also in that Dule, Bhakti, those who are low caste, whom you don't like to touch, don't like to talk, don't like to mix, they are also the same. And that is called the wonderful way, the expression. Friends, I will take 1 or 2 extra minutes. In the Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapter 17 verse, this idea has been explained very wonderfully. That is the idea of the Vedanta. Yasya naham skrito bhava buddhi yasya na lipyate hatva pisa iman lokan nahanti na nibaddhate. If you are not, it's going to the extreme, even if you are killing someone, but if you don't have the identification of I am killing, that is also the sin of killing on go to you. So that is na ahamkara there. Buddhiyasya na lipyate. His intellect is not attached to that. So what is that we are discussing? Peace. How to remain peaceful. Then in the 30th verse of the 18th chapter it says, na udvignam, na cha santushtam, akotri, spandabarjitam, nirasham, gatasandeham, chittam, muktasya rajate. He is ruling, he is living. Who? The mind of the liberated one is neither troubled. Now udvignam. Why? Because free from hatred. I am udvigna because I hate someone, whether he is coming, doing something. Nor pleased because no attachment is there. It is actionless, akatri, because no ego. I am doing, that is not there. And motionless because there is no volition. Spanda barjitam. nirasham, gatasandeham, and also desireless, because there is no duality. There is no duality. Chittam muktasya rajatse. That's why freedom, 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 Swami Vivekananda said. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the song of the soul. Song of the soul. And that freedom from attachment. Thank you, friends. In our next month again, in October, we will discuss about this and we'll continue the chapter 100 piece in the Astavakra Samhita. Yeah.
So one question Srima Vishwas is asking how to keep negative thinking from a person.
Negative thoughts that you are coming, see that moment the thought is coming to you, Sima, that person is not good. So the negative thought is coming. So if you try to forget about the existence of that person, it never there, then no thought will come. That is the teaching of the Astavakra. That don't think that they are existing at all. Then there will be no problem. Thank you, Sima. So let us say 3 times Shanti, 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 and we conclude. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om.